Hello and welcome to episode 165 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got two games for you. We are away to Manchester City in the Premier League, and then I've got the second leg of our Champions League tie, also against Manchester City, again away from home. So let's get straight into it, and the team for our first match is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team then, and it is Falcao in goal. Back four is Comey, Satilmis, Talbot and Regis. Zerbrug at the base of midfield, Alonso and Quiroga ahead of him, Barry on the left, Bidner on the right, Shevchik up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant says we've been on a good run lately, go out there and impress me. I think that's probably fair enough, so I will agree with him. So we'll pump the fists, agree with him, and get out into the tunnel for our tunnel interview. How's your team been able to put together such an impressive run of form away from home? Hard work. Oscar Lopez isn't in the squad today, but isn't injured as far as we know. Why is he out? Being rested. Xavier Falcao starts again and will no doubt be looking to continue his fine vein of form. How pleased have I been with his performances? Very. So I'm excited about how he's impacting our play. Let's get into the match and see if we can grab a creditable result in this one. So let's get the league table up. We absolutely need to win this. Quiroga's free kick into the area. The header hits the crossbar and Luiz clears. And the highlight comes to an end. We've had a chance in the opening 15 minutes. So let's encourage and see if we can get another one. So Danny with the throw from Manchester City finds Flores. He plays it back to Edison Luiz. Riveros comes forward and then plays it back to Luiz. Lotto is forced backwards. Luiz to Fernandez to Couto. Crossfield ball is intercepted by Regis, but he gives it straight back. And Falcao thankfully makes the save, but Adinolfi was offside anyway. Right, Talbot with a free kick. Plays it forward for Quiroga, but he's blocked out by Flores, and Izakovic clears, and Adinolfi's in from a long ball forward, and the keeper had come out miles and didn't get there. It's Manchester City 1, Newcastle United 0, and we are now miles away from being able to influence the title race. We need to demand more, and we need to get back to parity as quickly as we can. So it looks like Comey is getting the blame for that first goal, so I think he's the one that's going to have to come off. Disappointed. So we'll take Comey off and we'll bring on Kevin Benyon. And beyond that, we'll also take off Florian Bidner and we'll bring on Tomei on the right wing. And that'll do. So 2 changes. A demand more immediate. Let's do that. And let's see if we can get back into this. I mean, let's be clear, Manchester City do deserve to be ahead. We have been very, very disappointing in this one. If we can manage to nick a 1-1 draw, I will absolutely take that from here. As Talbot finds Zerbrug into Alonso, Barre to Shevchik, finds Quiroga, slides it in for Barre. He's hit the post, and Raf scrapes it out of play for Manchester City. Highlight comes to an end. Right, so Tilmis needs to come off. So we'll bring on Kiamza. And let's see what else. Need to take Regis off. And bring on Marais. And that will leave us with one change later in the game. I think actually I'll take off Shevchik and bring on Lapsevich for the last few minutes to see if he can nick something. Watson for City finds Rolf. Smith comes forward down the left hand side for City. Plays it back to Watson, who shoots low and past the goalkeeper. It is Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 0. This game is as good as over. Yes, we want to continue with the change. And there is the full-time whistle. Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 0. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and the second leg of our Champions League tie against Manchester City. The team for this one: Falcao in goal, back four of Benyon, Martos, Talbot and Regis, Zurbrugg at the base of midfield, Alonso and Lopez ahead of him, Barry on the left, Bidner on the right, Shevchik up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, my assistant is wanting me to emphasise the credit given by the media. I want them to ignore that, to be honest, so we will point the finger, tell them to ignore the recent praise, play your natural game, and let's get out there and do it. How do you feel ahead of the second match against Man City in quick succession? Just another day at the office. So we'll go with that. Okay, I'm confident then. Made it clear the performance against Man City wasn't good enough. What needs to change? We need to focus on our style of play. How important is a good performance? Always important to play well. No different today. So let's get into the match and see if we can pull it off. So scores locked at 2-2. No away goals rule anymore in the Champions League. So it is a simple case of whoever wins the individual match will go through. And that's headed away, but Hernandez has the shot. Flores, I think's offside. I really think he's offside, but it is tight, so it might be given. And the goal is given. It must have been just onside. Regis with the throw in into the area, headed away. Hernandez, and we win it back in our own half. Talbot plays it into Alonso, back to Zurbrugg. Talbot again will get the chance to play it forward. Lopez dispossessed. Gordeev plays it forward for Abdelani. Talbot intercepts but gives it straight back to them. Benyon to Barre, who's dispossessed. It's got very scrappy. Couto. Alonso doesn't get there ahead of Luiz. Couto picks it up again. Martos takes it off him and then gives possession away in the area, and somehow we get it away and the shot is just wide. So very, very close to suicidal defending there. Free kick now at the other end for Newcastle. Regis shoots and the keeper is forced to push it wide. So we have a corner. Lopez right-footed with the in-swinging corner near post. Headed away. Lopez allows it to go out. Not sure that was the right choice. Highlight comes to an end. I'm going to demand more here. Benyon with the throw-in gives the ball away to Gallinucci. Abdullani to Kuto. Crossfield ball for Gordeev. City come forward and Falcao comes out and collects. So now we can build from the back. And Falcao decides to bowl it out to Talbot. Finds Regis. Talbot to Lopez, but it's given away. Flores to Lotto. Hernandez into Kuto. Rounds the keeper. Slots it into the back of the net. And it is Manchester City 2, Newcastle United 0. We were 2-0 down in the first leg and pulled it back, but that was at home. This is an altogether more difficult challenge, and I don't think we're going to be able to do it this time. So we're going to demand more. We will be making multiple changes at half time. We have literally nothing to lose now, so we might as well go all in the second half. Go attacking, make as many changes as we need, and just have a roll of the dice and see what happens. So that's what we're going to do. Disappointed. So we're going to go attacking, and we're going to make, as I say, multiple changes. Shevchik off, Lapsevich on. We'll take Barre off and Wagstaff can come on. We'll take Bidner off. Francesco can come. No, we'll put Regis up forward. We'll take Bidner off and bring a right back on instead. So we'll bring Morais on. We'll take. Who else is not playing well? So we'll take Benyon off and bring Comey on. And I think we will save ourselves one substitution for the second half, just in case we need it for fitness reasons. We'll demand more, and let's see if we can at least salvage some credibility, if not mount an actual comeback. So nearly an hour gone. The only positive is we've not gone 3-0 down. We've literally had nothing to excite us in this second half. There's a number of candidates to be the one to come off in the second half, as Izakovic plays it forward for City. Morais wins it but gives it straight back. Abdullahi, Luis rather. Kuto plays it through for Abdullani, and he finds the back of the net, and it is Manchester City 3, Newcastle United 0. If it wasn't already all over, it is now. So we might as well take Regis off and bring Francesco on now. And Abdullahi is in possession on the wing, plays it through for Gordeev. He can't get it in to the back of the net, and the highlight comes to an end. We'll demand more. We've got 8 minutes. We need 3 goals just to force extra time. All we want really is a bit of credibility back. Talbot into Alonso, finds Lopez, Francesco, Lapsevich. Nearly got a goal then, but not quite. We'll get a corner, and it is Francesco with the left-footed in swinger, headed away by Edson Luiz, and the highlight comes to an end. Will we at least get one to give our fans something to shout about? And the answer to that is no. So it ends Manchester City 3, Newcastle United 0, 5-2 to Manchester City on aggregate. And I'll be back in a moment to show you the Premier League table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, so here is the Premier League table, and as you can see, we are 4 points adrift of leaders Tottenham Hotspur, and they also have a game in hand as well. So let's take a look at when we're going to come back. And I think what I will probably do is I'll play all the way through to almost the end of the season, and I'll show you our final 2 home games of the season against Tottenham Hotspur and Wolves. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.